Okay, so it is Pride Month in the United States, right? Yes, June 2021 is Pride Month in the United States. But I was wondering, is it Pride Month here in Mexico? Do you have a Pride Month here?
Yeah, well, only the most important cities, which are like three, are the ones who actually celebrate the Pride. Those were the first ones to celebrate, to have a gay Pride, which is Mexico City, then Guadalajara. But now, year after year, more cities, more towns, and are starting to have their own gay Pride. They're having like more people. I think that people are not afraid anymore to walk, to come out and to walk for the rights, to say that we're here, we exist. So I'm really happy that people now, I'm like, why not?
Yeah.
Even the smallest town in Mexico, they're having their own pride,
Yeah.
their own parade. Actually, I read this news in this town here in Jalisco, which is very macho, like cowboys, like they're having their first gay pride. So it's like, wow, that's something.
So you're seeing the change.
Yes, totally.
So
Totally.
5 years ago, would we have seen Pride?
Only the main cities. Main cities.
Because I know when I've been walking through the town in Puerto Vallarta, I've seen flags everywhere.
Yeah.
And that made me happy. I was like, okay, because I've been coming to Mexico for, 40 years. And I don't think I would have seen that before.
Well, the thing is that PV is like the gayest town in Mexico. So there's not any other place. For example, Mexico City, it's a really open city, but there's, like everywhere we have our own area. Boys, like Chicago, Boys Town. Here, the romantic zone. Mexico City, the pink zone. So at the end, we're delimited by an area, At the end, it's always like an area for us.
And why do you think we have, because that's the same in the United States, like any major city you go to, there's like certain areas, right? I mean, that are, people feel most comfortable. Why do you feel that these areas exist, like that there's just certain places that people go?
Well, I think that those areas begin with for example, in Guadalajara, it started with these guys who created this bar that was a private bar. I'm talking about like 40 years ago. So he has like a garage. So he started to invite his friends. So the friends started to invite another friend, but it was a private thing, like nobody, no covers, no nothing. Then he started to see like, well, I'll charge for a cover. Then in that way, he started with the most important nightclub in Guadalajara. Well, like 50 years ago. So then places start to open around him. And that's, I think, how every gay neighborhood starts everywhere.
But why do you think it's important to have those areas? Like, why do you think it?
I don't know if it's important to have it. I would like not to have like an area for me.
You just want to be able to go everywhere.
Exactly. I would like to be happy and free everywhere where I walk. But I think that at the end, those areas make feel comfortable to a lot of people. Like a lot of people come here from small towns in Mexico or from small towns in the States or wherever. They come here and they feel free.
Yes.
They feel like they can hold in hands with their partner, girl, gay, guy and guy, and they just feel free. But at some point, why if I'm not in that area, if you just walk away from that area, I'm gonna start to feel uncomfortable. Why?
That's right.
It doesn't have to happen. And Mexico is weird. It's I have never had a problem with that. I don't care what people can think about it. I can be afraid that someone be maybe physical with me, like.
Have you ever been afraid?
Yeah.
Of people being hurt?
Yes.
Because people realize that they're gay?
Yeah. Because they're holding hands, because they kiss each other in a Uber and a taxi, so it hurts.
Yeah. So what do you hope? Like 5 years from now, if you could say I hope that what I see Mexico as being, because you talk a lot about being free and happy. Because I always say it's very hard to be happy if you're not free. I think it's almost impossible to be happy if you don't have freedom.
Well, I think that, for example, I know a lot of LGBT people, and everyone has their own story, right? And in some way, I feel like I'm lucky because I have never had any kind of trouble. I never, like with my family. Well, small issues, but it's like normal, like when your mother is like, what? Like, what?
So your mom was. When did you tell your mom?
I never told her.
You never told her.
What's something super weird is like moms has this sixth sense.
Yes.
So she knew it since I was. But this time I remember that I used to go out. I sneak to gay places, like trying to find myself. So I remember that I went to this gay. I have sometimes issues to say like this gay coffee place or gay nightclub. Why should I say that, right?
It's just a coffee club. Right? I have the same thing. Yeah, but there are places that people gather that are similar. And I tell people, I said, because everyone wants to feel comfortable. Yeah. Everyone wants to feel like they belong. So they're just certain places in town that all the black people are going to go. And, and it's a shame it has to be that way. Yeah, but it's a shame, but it's real.
Yeah, so I went there, and I remember I went to some art exhibition, then I went to the coffee place, and I remember that my mom called me and she asked me, where are you? And I said, I'm in the art exhibition, and she told me, no, you're not. And she was like, walk out the place where you are, and I'm in front of that place, so she followed me or something. So, I don't know what happened.
So your mama's black. That sounds like a black mama to me.
So it was like my friends were like, what? Okay, I don't know. She was in front. It was a street. She was in front of me, and she's like, what are you doing here? What are you doing there? Like I'm in a coffee place. So, but the coffee place has the rainbow flags. Super gay, and I'm just in a coffee place, and she's like, well, it's not just a coffee place. Why? And I was like, what do you want? Like, you want me to go with you or something? What time you get home, and we want to talk, and that's it. No. And then she have like this bad time, like processing everything, like really, really bad time. There was a point that I asked her, like, do you want me to leave? Because I was like 18, and in Mexico it's different as a families in the States, you can stay with the parents at 25, 30.
Right. Most countries are actually that way.
Yeah. So I was like, you want me to leave? Because it's really uncomfortable the way you are like acting. And I always have said, like, I don't care if you're my mom, my dad, my sister. If you don't like me because where I am, I don't have any problem to stop talking with you or anything. So I think that I never made the whole process to myself difficult.
Yes.
Because
you just always accepted yourself.
Yeah, and I never took it personally. Someone was not agree. I never you will find, I always tell my friends, people who is not comfortable with me, they will realize in some point that they are the ones that are wrong.
I believe that. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a process for everyone, and they will learn in some point. They will understand that they're not right.
They're not right. Yeah, I believe life presents us with lessons that we have to learn at different times.
Yeah. At some point in your job, your boss is going to be gay, or he's going to be black, or he's going to be indigenous, or your child, or your.
I believe life presents us with that.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't care, and I never have any problem. So
that's good.
Yeah,
that's good. I'm so comfortable. I'm so happy that you're comfortable in your own skin, because I think that's what we all search for, is just being able to be okay with who we are, and those that are around us that don't give us that permission or they make that tough really shouldn't be around us. We all should feel good about who we are. That's why you glow. I mean, that's why we hit it off and we're friends forever, because I get connect with people who are just own themselves and okay in their own skin, because then it allows you to be okay in your own skin, right? Like at one point, of course, I've been to school a long time, like all the degrees, and we talk about a thing called code switching, where I'm from, where, you know, I have who I am, that I show myself ethnically as an African American woman,